everybody, this is Constantine from Hate Storm Annihilation. We're here in the studio right now. We did a few new tunes today, and we're getting ready for our tour in May with Master. Check out some of the dates. Also, I've been getting a lot of requests, especially lately with the new drum kit on basically on gear, what I use for in the studio or live or for just for practicing. So just thought maybe do a real quick video of basically gear run through. Check it out. I hope you like it. Okay, this is the new drum kit. It's a Pearl reference in natural maple color. This is a big drum kit, and all the drums are actually different. This is the kind of the secret, not really a secret, but that's the kind of the special thing about the reference series. Each drum actually, depending on the needs of the sounding needs of the drum, it uses different types of wood. The smaller the drums, obviously they need to sound higher and have more attack. They have more birch to them. The lower toms, obviously, they need to be more bassy, therefore they have more African mahogany. I actually believe the kick drums are entirely or mostly African mahogany. Here's what the drums look from like from the inside. You can see the bigger the toms, they start getting darker because of the different types of wood. And I don't know if you can see, the kick drums they have almost no lighter wood, which means they're pretty much all mahogany. If you want to check out the actual recipe, go to the Pearl website. They have it all spelled out there. Okay, and here's the driver's seat look for this drum kit. And let's start from the smaller ones. It's an 8x7, 10x8, 12x9, and 13x10 rack toms. 14x14 and 16x16 floor toms. I have two 22x18 kick drums and a standard 14x6.5 snare drum, my main snare, and a 13x3 piccolo snare as my auxiliary snare. As far as tuning goes, I actually try to tune the toms as low as possible. Heads are really loose actually. Even though when I tune them they don't sound too good, so I had my good friend Vic from Vic's Drum Shop. He came up here a couple days ago and basically made them sound as good as possible. I'm not sure how well they gonna sound through the camera, not sure if it's gonna translate, but trust me, they sound amazing in person. So let's go from this one. This is what it sounds without the and the side one. Obviously I have this one tuned a little bit different than the side snare. Actually the side snare tuned a little bit different, obviously for some different sounds, but this thing is a monster. This is actually the drum that sold me into this kit. I mean, I'm not sure if you can see how thick this is. This is maybe an inch and a half thick, just 20 plies of pure loud and amazing bass drum. Okay, and as far as the kick drums go, I have some muffling in them. A lot in this case. I have a pillow in each one, which seems to kill the sound a little bit too much. I might be getting rid of them or just put something smaller in there. I'm not sure again if you'll be able to hear it, but even with this much force, it just projects so much. It's just amazing kick drums. As far as the heads go, I got this kit so recently I have not even changed the heads. I'm still using the Remo reference series drums heads that they come with. I have not actually changed them out for what I usually use, which would be the G2 clear on top and G1 clear on the bottom. You can see there, I've made them ready for the changing. As far as the snare head, actually my favorite drum head for this would be the level 360. Just remember this one. The level 360, the heavyweight. This is a killer drum head. It's I believe it's like almost a 3-ply head because it's got 2 thinner plies and it has an actual extra dot here for, it's just an insane head. Okay, and here let's run through the cymbals. I don't really use a particular brand of cymbals. I kind of go by what sounds good and what's affordable at the moment, I guess. Just go down to the drum shop and see, I like this cymbal, let's try it, and keep going for it. So on this side I have 2 Chinas. It's a 16 and an 18 inch. Then I have on my left side 2 crashes, a 17 and a 16 crash. On the right side I have another 16 from a different series just so that I can get different sounds, and an 18 crashes. And then again on the right side I have an 18 crash and another, 18 China and another 16 China. Here in the middle I have 2 splashes, a 10 and an 8, and on the other hand I have another 8, but I made this really tight here so it almost sounds like a completely different cymbal. These two are actually the same cymbal, but because of the setting I have here, it just sounds so much more dead and fast. Okay, I have a 22 ride on this side and a 20 ride on my left side, just to get some cool different effects when I'm going from ride to ride. Also a 14-inch head on the left side and a 13-inch head, which is actually going to be changed soon to a 12-inch head. Most of the time I actually use this closed, completely closed. When I play death metal, I have this half open all the time. Just it's a really nice washy sound. Okay, we are back on the outside of the kit where I can show you some hardware. For the cymbals, and I really love these things, man. They're the best thing I've ever had because I'm really picky about angles. You can see how perfect I have them set. There's no difference in the angles. I use the Pearl CH 1030 for holding the cymbals. I use the Unilock system for my toms, which again, they have, you can see how perfect the angles are on the drums. There's no difference in them, and because these guys use the Opti-mounts, it makes it really easy to just pop the drum off, tune it, or move it somewhere else, pop it on, and again, it's always the same angle, the same situation. And again, this is all put on the icon rack by Pearl, which I think it's, it being square, it's the smartest thing as far as racks go. Here's another reason why I really love the CH 1030s. It's this little thing. You don't anymore have to do the really twist it off, twist it on kind of a thing. Just open it like this, take it out, just grab the cymbal, and right before the show when you're in a hurry, pop it back on. It's kind of hard to do with one hand. That's it. Just take it out. If you want to make it more tight, just twist it in, you're good. As far as drumsticks, I've always used Vic Firth. I don't know, I just find them better for me. They kind of fit me best. The current one is the 5B with the nylon tip. I I like the thickness of it. If I were to modify it, I would probably put a little bit more weight in the front, just because it makes it for easier swing when you're playing fast, or even when you're playing heavy. But you can't kill these sticks, man. You can see how destroyed they are. I've been playing this for a couple weeks, and I do a lot of rim shots. You can see they get chewed up right here, and just they last forever. And I really love the nylon tip. I've tried many wood tips, and it's just not as crisp as I'd like it to be on the right cymbal, because this is a very heavy right cymbal, and I really need the clarity, especially in a live environment. We played really a lot of death metal stuff. It's just really need that clarity from the stick, and the 5BN really gives it that extra ping that you're looking for. And as far as pedals, I've been using the Axis longboard for basically as long as I've played drums. This is the custom model, the AK, the Axis Constantine version, which you might have seen online before. It's a variation of the regular AL longboard, which I think is basically the best pedal out on the market. Trust me, I've tried them all, and I cannot really play well on anything else. Basic settings on this is the variable drive lever here, the VDL, is in the middle. Spring tension is to the max. It's become pretty much kind of a standard thing with death metal. Recently I changed to the Iron. I've always been using the Iron Cobra ones. I started with the rubber beaters, but I wasn't too happy because they keep scraping off and they kind of stick to the head. They kind of melt when you play them a lot. And then I used the felt ones for like 2 or 3 years, and I really love those, but they don't really have as much attack as the ones that I was using before that. And I was recently, just maybe a couple months ago, I changed to the wood beaters, and I saw that from Krim. I'm sure you guys know who he is, and he showed these, and I said, let's try them. It's the best beater I've ever had. It almost sounds like a trigger when you hit it. It's so sharp, the attack is so sharp, yet if you want to play really quiet, you still can, and you still get some attack. I have a couple of pairs of these. These are my favorite ones right now. They're signed by my drum idol, Venelin Venkov. Some of you might know it. I also have another pair by my other drum god, George Colliers, and I keep these signed, and when I play live, they kind of give me power, so to speak. As far as my hi-hat stand, this is actually my favorite hi-hat pedal because it's a direct drive one. It's the Eliminator version, and being direct drive, it really feels very natural, just like my direct drive pedals. As far as electronics go, for me, for my kit, it's really simple actually. Obviously for the death metal stuff, I do use triggers. It's the E-Kit triggers, basically the best trigger out there. There's no way to go wrong with it. It's just such a simple mechanism, yet it's so useful. I've tried them all, never go back from this one. And those are going into what has become basically the standard in the industry for death metal, the DM5, the Alesis. And then I have the Alesis usually, when I'm playing live, I have them obviously go into the house PA, and then in my recording studio, it's kind of basically the same setup. It goes into the mixer and then into the monitors that we have. And for my own monitoring, I run that into an Alesis multi-mix 4-channel mixer. In channel 1, I usually have my either my triggers, or I just run my triggers directly from the DM5, but I always have my mixer with the triggers and the rhythm guitar. Channel 1 is rhythm guitar, channel 2 is my triggers, so I have a really nice mix in my in-ears, so that I don't have any problems on stage or whatever. And in my studio, whenever I'm recording or just practicing, I use the Sennheiser HD380 Pro. Those are, I think, the best monitoring headphones. They have such isolation and such great bass. I was using another brand before that, but I always find it kind of flat sounding. It wasn't too bassy. And I actually tried these from my guitar player, and I saw that it's the best headphones I've ever used. As far as live, obviously I'm not gonna be too comfortable with these big ones. On stage I use the Shure SE425s. They're small earbuds. The in-ears, they're by far the best in-ear monitor I've ever tried. And when you're playing such a loud type of music, you do need both isolation, and you need to be able to hear very clean, so those do perfect for me. And for regular practicing, like when I'm doing an exercise or playing to some favorite song or to a click track, I run just straight my laptop into the little mixer, and I just have a nice little mix for whatever I'm trying to do. As far as percussion, I don't have too many things. I have this tambourine here just for some cool effects, for when I'm practicing mostly non-death metal stuff. And on this side, I usually have a cowbell as well. Right now, I took it off, but I use it for whenever I try to do some Latin stuff or some Bulgarian music or whatever, something that fits. I've also tried to put it in death metal, but I have not yet figured out a cool way to incorporate it, but I will. Okay, that's basically it as far as the kit. Yes, it's a big kit, and the question I get asked the most always is, do I need all of this? And of course, the honest answer is no, I don't. But technically, I could get away with a double pedal, one kick drum, one snare, two toms, and a floor tom, and maybe one crash on this side, one crash on this side, one chine on that side, one chine on that side, a hi-hat, and a ride cymbal, which sometimes we do on the road when we don't have the opportunity to bring everything out. On the other hand, I don't need it, but I kind of want it. First off, obviously it looks amazing. It also really lets me express myself instead of on the record always hearing, or live, just two toms. It gives you much more. Many more voices you can use. Instead of just hearing the same snare drum, you can have two different sounds, or hi-hat for some stereo illusions, which actually on the new a couple of the new songs, there's some really cool stuff with more than one hi-hats, and even on the old one we did some more ride stuff. I don't need it, but it's better. Okay guys, that's basically it. This is I'll run through the entire kit basically, and I wanted to say thanks to a couple people. Obviously the guys in Axis, they really helped me a lot with pedals on the road, parts whenever I needed anything extra, I want to modify my pedals. Karen, Daryl, Chuck, amazing people, thank you so much. And last but not least, I really want to say a huge shout out to the guys at Vic's Drum Shop, and Vic himself. I mean, I don't know people that know drums better than those guys. They made this drum kit a reality. Anything that you see here, I got from them, and they helped me with everything. Like I said, Vic himself came on the other day, spent 2 hours tuning my drum kit because I'm not as good as he is. He's the most professional drum guy that I know. So thank you so much for this, and I hope you enjoyed this. And any questions, let me know. Thanks.
I am the last of my kind, fallen, banished, I'm a from the skies.